Is there anything that you're glad that it's gone?
Well, I'm glad the chair shots to the head are gone. I mean, you see them once in a great while, but you will never, and hopefully there's no one doing this on independent stuff. You'll never see a match like the one I had with The Rock with the 11 shots. Like, that was definitely overkill. So I'm glad
that was a tough watch.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun watch. And I actually did a watch along with some fans to celebrate whatever anniversary we just passed on that. It was actually a fun match up until the chairs.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of good dialogue on the microphone, Rock, of course, with the humor, it was really going well. And then that ending just was a little much, a little too much. Yeah. My daughter to this day speculates the reason that she doesn't remember going to matches, which she did often, is because she was, I don't mean to laugh, traumatized by being in the crowd that night.
That makes, and you could see it in her and your son's face.
Yeah, they were terrified. Yeah, they were really terrified.
And speaking of your wife, she did not like. I realize you took a beating, but what kind of beating did you take when the missus got a hold of you?
Well, she was at the show.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. It was a horrific beating, but not so bad that I didn't take over at the wheel. Driving the family to the airport, and I wasn't even showered. Like, I had to get them there all bandaged. I looked like Boris Karloff in the original Universal Mummy movie, and I was like, let me take the wheel. I'm not an aggressive driver, but she was having some difficulties in LA. LA traffic's insane, right?
Yeah,
and they're not so much rules as there are suggestions, right? It's a suggestion. Stop at this light. I suggest you stop at this light. And so I did get behind the car with the bloody shirt, the gauze all over my head, and drove my family to the airport.
Wow. Were you still in your gear?
Yeah.
Man, there's a picture somewhere, man.
Now I look at it, I'm like, all right, now I see why I was refused service at a restaurant. Yeah. Because my wife and I tried to stop, before she was my wife, tried to stop at a restaurant on the way home from Philly after I'd had a barbed wire match with Eddie Gilbert. And it's like, what? I don't see anything here on your, I don't see anything about bloody shirts and gauze bandages.
Where does that say that? I have shoes on and a shirt.
I have shoes on.
So I deserve service.
It's a half shirt, but it's a shirt. That was just, there were often times where you would try to get out, like, you either got out right when the match ended or you wait an hour, or else it can be really difficult, And there were times when I was out of there, bleeding or not, throw some gauze on, get in the car, away you go.
Watch new episodes of No Contest Wrestling every Wednesday or listen wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us at No Contest Wrestling Podcast on Instagram.